Wow, that is the new theme song to McGuire Mondays. Welcome back. And I apologize for missing the last couple Mondays, but you know how it is. A lot going on. There always is a lot going on. This is true indeed. So the reason why I have missed the last couple Mondays is because I was in London, England. I was planning on doing an episode from British soil, but it didn't come together. You know, there was a piano player that we had. I scoured London. First of all, I was over there for this movie, Sick of It All, that I wrote and directed, and I was having its world premiere at the Raindance Film Festival. So we were having a movie screening and then an after party after the movie screening, and I needed a piano player for this after party. There's a few songs in the movie that yours truly sings a few numbers, 3 numbers to be exact. And I had it in my mind that, hey, why don't I sing these songs at the after party at the Phoenix Artist Club in London, right there in Soho. It's my favorite home away from home. When I'm in London, I spend most of my time at the Phoenix Artist Club, because from night to night, you don't know what you're going to get. And the night before our screening, the festival introduced me to a fella who's a piano player. And I met him at the Phoenix Artist Club the night before at like 7:00 p.m. The concept was that we were going to do a run-through and rehearse the songs and stuff, because I've never actually done them live. You know, he'd have to learn them, yada, yada, yada. So we met. He was late. He talked a lot about his resume and music. Very amazing stuff. He worked with Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, all of these people, you know. So I didn't mind hearing it. And also he had top secret film jobs that he was working on that he couldn't talk about. So he was just a character. And anyway, we drank all of London that night. Just a mess. So, you know, then I was at literally, I did whiskey, tequila, cider, beer, champagne, hangover the next day, in bed till 4 p.m., you know, stumble out, put my Sunday best on, and get over to the world premiere of my film. Easy. Then go to the after party and to hold drinks and pretend like you're drinking them, but truly you're about to shit yourself. So you don't want to have any more alcohol. Piano player makes it to the you know, he actually made it to the screening, which he said, I couldn't make it. There's no possible way I'm going to be on set of this top secret movie. I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. Fair enough, fair enough. His name was Paul. Paul, the piano player. And so therefore he shows up at the screening. I'm like, whoa, hey, Paul, all hungover. You know, he had the same night as me, whatnot. If not worse. The dude's my height, 6'5", but twice my size and girth. And he's, you know, maybe 10, 15 years on me, seasoned pro. Londoners are incredible drinkers. So Paul, you know, shows up to the screening, very happy that he's there. Wow, this is amazing. You're going to make it. You're going to make it. He's like, yeah, top secret job. It's all in the paper now. I was doing some second unit. Well, he didn't say second unit, but essentially he was doing second unit directing on Transformers 5, doing some specific instructional technical directing with Sir Anthony Hopkins, hiding in the backseat of a car with Sir Anthony in the front, making sure his head stays in the frame, stuff like that. Basically, time-wise for Paul, he hadn't slept in about 3 days, maybe an hour here, an hour there. The guy hasn't slept. He's a machine. He's a war machine. So he shows up, we watch the movie, make it to the after party, and the Phoenix Artist Club, like I said, you don't know what you're going to get. Every night's different. Every trip I take to London, I go to this place. Literally, for the last 6 years, I go around the same time of the year for the same film festival. And yeah, I screen films there. We go to the Phoenix Artist Club, and I never seen it like this. I know it was like disco night for children, and we were sort of pushed into the back room. The piano was back there. The music, the disco, the Bee Gees were bleeding through to the back room. So it was kind of like, oh, are we going to get to do this piano thing or not or whatnot? I don't know. Let's hang out a bit. Oh, yeah, we can shut the doors and the curtains. Yeah, it sounds a little bit damper, but it's still bleeding through a little bit. But Paul's like, can you get me a cider? I'm going to jump on the piano. I jump on the piano. So, yeah, I head to the bar, long line, waiting for the cider. I saw him sit down at the piano, but I never heard the piano play. I came back to deliver the drink, and Paul says, oh, Brian, I'm quite tired, after working with Sir Anthony Hopkins, and I've got to be back on set again in a couple of hours, 4 a.m. So I'm going to have a nap over in the corner. Fair enough, Paul. Cut to a few moments later, and the manager of the Phoenix Artist Club is trying to wake up Paul, and Paul just turns to him. He's like, fuck off. And so therefore now Paul's getting ejected. I don't know this fuck off moment. Now I'm trying to step in. I'm like, no. Hold on a second. He's with me. He had a fuck of a time. And Paul just cuts me off. He's like, no, I'm leaving. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he's leaving. He leaves, and the employee of the Phoenix Artist Club turns to me and he says, he told my manager to fuck off. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. Well, it makes total sense. I understand why he had to go. No problem at all here. I didn't understand that part of the, of course, I'm drunk, part of the story. I love this place. Building is beautiful. I knew Maurice, R.I.P., just the whole bit. And it was a beautiful night. It was a beautiful night in London town. So yeah, that was that. That's why. And then I got off on the schedule. I just, was depressed. I was like, oh, what am I doing with my life? So I just didn't get it together to do that Monday. I didn't even skateboard while I was there. I had the injury back in a year ago. It's taken about a year to get sorted. And, you do so much damn walking in London, in England, or London, England, London, that by like day 3, the whole hip area was like, what is going on here? So I figured maybe I don't skate because I didn't know what was happening. But I think what was happening was good. And after, 10 days of walking around like that, I felt like a power animal, like a beast, strong as an ox, built like a fox. So I opted out from doing the skateboarding over there and just did a lot of walking. I've been back, started skateboarding again, felt good. Injured the knee. A few more days, I'll be back. It's like a drug. It's a crazy drug, skateboarding. Like when you are told by the gods of unicorns that you can't do it because you've hurt yourself in a way that it's not possible, or you live in a snowy place and the snow comes and there's nothing but a little shit parking garage that's now like got, sludge all through it. So it's impossible. You can't skate. You can't go down there. It's like a lot of things. It's the zone. People get into the zone. It's like if you ever DJ'd or surfed or did anything, cycled, ran, whatever. It doesn't matter. If you do something that's kind of like skateboarding on some level, like the zone, it's got to be zone shit. Get in the zone. AutoZone. This past weekend, we lost a great fighter, and not like in an RIP way. Just in a retirement sort of way, and also a victorious way. I like that new term here, designed on the McGuire Mondays. All right, before we get into the next portion of this, like the UFC 204, Michael Bisping, Dan Henderson madness, I first should probably say that you, talking to you, have the ability to call in right now, right fucking now, or online in to McGuire Mondays right now and communicate with me right now, live, if you wanted to. If I was me, I would want to, and that would be amazing to be talking to myself. But anyway, you can join here at www.uberconference.com/TheFightReportMMA. Or you can call in on the dial-in number at 716-293-8386. PIN number 57496. PIN number 57496. PIN number 57496. Dial-in number 716-293-8386. uberconference.com/TheFightReportMMA. That's how you get on the show right fucking now. We've got birthdays out there that we need to give shout outs to. It's Dan Finkel's birthday. And he's a very special alien. And he has a show with his band on Friday night at El Cid in Los Angeles, California at 10:15 p.m. The Warlords of Rock and Roll, Thunder, and Lightning. I will be there cheering and supporting the madness, which is the Warlords of Rock and Roll, Thunder, and Lightning. So, happy birthday, Dan Finkel. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You're a son of a bitch. You're a mean son of a bitch, man. So, okay, let's do this. UFC 204 was this past Saturday night, and Michael Bisping was facing off against Dan Henderson in a rematch, this time for a title belt. The first time was at UFC 100, 9 years ago or something like that. The rematch was at UFC 204. In the first fight, Dan Henderson knocked out Michael Bisping cold with the H-bomb, overhand right, and then a flying elbow down to a guy who was completely asleep, just smashing his face. He made that his logo, put that logo right on the booty crack of his shorts. So essentially the butthole would be Michael Bisping's face that his elbow was coming down on. Michael Bisping gets his revenge at UFC 204 and wins the fight. A five-round display. The first fight almost repeated itself in the first round when the H-bomb landed on Michael and he went down. And then Dan Hendo went into a flurry of punches and maybe tired himself out. Took the second round off till the end when he was able to knock him down again. But did he do enough? It didn't look like it in the eyes of the judges, because he definitely did not win round 3 and he didn't win round 4, but he came back in round 5 and it looked like he had that one. But in his mind, he had rounds 1, 2, and 5. In everybody else's mind, I think he had rounds 1 and 5. Not doing enough. Bisping keeps the belt. He was very, very surprised, just like he was when he beat Anderson Silva. Very, 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 very surprised. I wasn't this time. I was surprised when he beat Anderson. I wasn't surprised. Well, I guess I kind of had it thinking like, oh, fuck, what did he do? He didn't do enough. Michael Bisping's like the most lovable, hateable fighter, like in the sense that I love to hate him. That used to be Chael Sonnen for me, and then I started liking him too much, and now I just hate him because he's a traitor. He's a Bellator fighter now, and that sucks. So here we are dealing with Bisping running his mouth for another several months until somebody steps up who's not 46 years old and retired now. Somebody who's Murderer's Row top 5 killer that I don't think Bisping will be able to handle. But shit, here he is. So hats off to you, Captain. We had an amazing episode of the Fight Report MMA. I hope you all catched it. If you did, go down into the description. There is a link to the episode. It features the amazing Zion McGuire and Natty Gabrielle. Rigor McGuire. No, he's not a McGuire. He's a Rigor. I don't know his Papino's last name, but he's a hell of a kid. And the great Kaya McGuire are featured in it. Stephen Craig Everts shows up as Dan Hardy. An amazing Inside the Octagon spoof skit. Conor's Corner. Conor's fighting Eddie Alvarez. UFC 205 New York. Can't wait. I can't wait. But the show's getting better. We keep tweaking it, keep augmenting it, keep enjoying the hell out of ourselves. And that's what's important here, folks. Last night was the debates. Billary versus Don. Debate 2. I don't know. I read somebody's post on Facebook that they didn't know who won the debate, but they knew that America lost. I think it's fucking great entertainment. I was contemplating and communicating this with my buddy Will Ho Cuddleston, that I think that you got to remember that the politicians were the first movie stars, the first rock stars in America, on American soil. Before there was movie stars, before there was rock stars, there were politicians. So in a sense, politicians are sort of like prostitute. It's sort of like prostitution in the sense that it's like the age-old form of entertainment in America, and maybe even beyond. I don't know. But we're just talking about what happened last night. And therefore, that's probably the only way that you should fucking look at this stuff, you dumb fucks. Each and every one of you. I blame all of you. And I've been watching a lot of Alex Jones, and he's a fucking amazing satanic genius. What a freak. But anyway, good entertainment. WWF, that's what I watched. Now it's WWE or WCW. I don't know what it's called anymore. I prefer live, real action in the UFC. But fuck, man, it's good entertainment. I mean, you got the Don bringing out rape victims and whatnot from 80 years ago, and none of these women are attractive. So I'm sorry, but the dumb fuck middle Americans, the deployables, as Hillary calls them, I don't fucking know. I don't really care. I just am trying to get in on the entertainment level of it here, because that's what this shit is. It's fucking Hulk Hogan and Jake the Snake Roberts getting after it. And it's beautiful. Can't wait till debate 3. The only thing I'm just disappointed in is I felt like I was hoping for more drama during the debates, and there were some okay moments, and they just bickered. Like be hotches on the schoolyard, but I was looking for drama. I wanted the something dangerous to happen that would scare the entire world at that thing. But that's not gonna happen because it's all fake. It's all fake, dude. It's all shit, dude. It's all shit. 2016 has been a voodoo child year, and we've got just one more quarter left. We're into it. We're into the last quarter. I've been enjoying the madness. Lots of education. Lots of education. Fucking, I sounded like Harry Carey. Okay, that's it.
All wasted days and wasted nights I've left behind for you. For you don't belong to me. You belong to someone, somebody else. Why should I keep loving you when I know your love's untrue? So why should I call your name when I know you are to blame for making me blue? Why should I keep loving you when I know your love's untrue? And why should I call your name when I know you are to blame for making me blue? You belong to somebody, my love. Why should I keep loving you when I know your love's untrue? Why should I call your name when I know you are to blame for making me blue?